Dear viewers, welcome to the YouTube channel H2O Chemistry. In the last few videos, we have seen the concepts called electronic configuration of an atom, and then how to find out the number of protons and number of electrons, number of neutrons, mass number, and how to find out the number of valence electrons, valency, and how to find out the type of elements, that is either metal or non-metal or metalloid, or it is a geometric representation. We are going to learn from this video. So the main objective of this video, we have to know the geometrical representation of an element. Additionally, we are going to learn the other concepts which we have learned already in the previous videos. Now let us go to the first one, that is first element. Now we're going to see the arrangement of elements in an atom of elements and a geometric representation of an atoms too. So this is what we are going to learn, my dear children. So we will see one by one now. So the first element is in the periodic table is 1, that is hydrogen, right? The symbol, how do you mention is this? Like this we will mention 1H1, right? The next one, so the atomic number is 1 here, the mass number is 1 here, so the atomic number 1, so we will write 1. It indicates it has a how many electron in the last shell, my dear children? It has a it has a how many electrons and how many protons. The atomic number is 1. The Z is equal to 1. It has a 1 proton and 1 electron. It has a 1 proton and 1 electron. So what is the mass number? The top number is called mass number. So A is nothing but 1, which means it consists of, right, only 1 proton. It has a 0 neutron. So the atomic number is 1 here. Mass number is 1 here. How do you find out number of neutrons? Number of neutron is A minus Z. So Nn is equal to how do you find out? We will see. A is 1, Z is also 1. So 1 minus 1, number of neutron is equal to 0. So in the periodic table, only one element has no neutrons, that is nothing but hydrogen. The next one, we will see the next one, that is number of electron in the K shell. It has only one electron, so only one electron present in the K shell. Other shells are empty. Next one, number of valence electrons. The first shell of hydrogen is K. The last shell is also K. So the number of valence electron, last electrons is 1. The number of electron present in the last shell also 1. First shell also 1. So the number of valence electron is 1. What is a valency? It can either lose 1 electron or gain 1 electron. So the valency is 1. So it is a metal or non-metal? So hydrogen is a non-metal. It is a gas, it's a non-metal. Okay, how do you represent in a geometrical manner? That is what our next objective, my dear children. So first we will do like this. So we will see, first you have to draw the nucleus. Nucleus of hydrogen has only 1 proton. There is no neutrons, so no need to write the neutrons inside. So you write only the K shell, which has how many electron in the K shell? Only 1 electrons. So you write only 1 electron like this. This is the geometrical representation of hydrogen atom. Likewise, we will draw it for next element, that is helium. Got it? How do you represent and write the symbol? 2He4, right? That means the atomic number is 2, the mass number is 4. So that's why I have written here. The atomic number 2 indicates it has a 2 protons and it has a 2 electrons, right? So the mass number, okay. Now what is the mass number? A, atomic number A is equal to number of protons. Number of proton is 2. So if you minus this, 4 minus 2, 2. So 2 is a neutron, number of neutron. So it is equal to 4. Now how do you calculate this number of neutrons? N is equal to A minus Z. What is A? 4. Z is 2. So 2. So the N value, number of neutron is 2. Number of neutron is 2. Now how many electrons? It has 2 electrons. The maximum capacity of K shell is 2. So you write 2. Got it? So the other shells are empty. Right? Number of valence electrons. Number of valence electron also 2. What is the valency? The K shell is completely filled. So the valency is 0 for helium, which is a noble gas. This is a noble gas. How do you write the geometrical representation? Now we have to write the nucleus first. It consists of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So you write 2p and 2n, 2p and 2n, and then in the K shell you have to draw 2 electrons in the opposite, because electrons have negatively charged, so they repel each other. So one electron if you draw on the top, other should be on the bottom. So very clear about this. Next one we will see about the next one, that is third one is nothing but lithium, right? Third one is lithium. So the representation is 3Li7. So the Z number is 3, A number is 7. So now we will see it has a 3 protons and 3 electrons. Now we will calculate the number of neutrons first, which is nothing but A minus Z. So A is 7, Z is 3. So the answer is 4, right? So now we will calculate the mass number. So the mass number A is equal to number of proton is 3, number of neutron is 4. So the answer is 7. Now how do you fill this 3 electrons? Let us see here. In the K shell, the maximum capacity is 2. The L shell, 3 minus 2 is 1. So L shell consists of 1. Other 2 shells are empty. The last shell has a 1 electron, which is we have learned from the video that it loses this 1 electron during the chemical reaction. This is 1, or else we say the combining capacity of the element we call valency. That is what the next process is. The number of valence electrons, only 1 electron in the valence shell, that means L shell, so the number is 1. In the valency part, again which lost only 1 electron, so the valency is 1. And which is a metal. I told you the elements which have 1 comma 2 comma 3 are metals, 4 5 6 7 are non-metals. The element has number of valence electrons 1 comma 2 comma 3 are metals, 4 5 6 7 are non-metals. If we have a 2 or 8, that is noble gases. Now let us do the next one, that is geometrical representation. So we need to know the number of protons 3, number of neutrons 4. So first you draw the nucleus, 3 protons, 4 neutrons, and then in a K shell we have 2 electrons. So 2 electrons like this, and then L shell we have 1 electron. So you draw 1 electron here. So this is the representation of lithium. Got it? Now come to the next one, that is fourth one, that is beryllium. So how do you represent this beryllium? 4b9. So the atomic number is 4, the mass number is 9. It has a 4 protons and 4 electrons, right? 4 protons and 4 electrons. The number of neutrons, how do you calculate? 9 minus 4, so the number of neutron is 5. Now you calculate the mass number. So A is equal to number of proton is 4 plus number of neutron is 5, that is called, we call 9, right? Now how do you fill the electronic configuration? There's a 4 electrons, 2 in the K shell, the remaining 2 in the L shell, right? So other 2 shells are empty. How many number of valence electron we have in the last shell? 2. So the last shell is 2. During chemical reaction, these 2 electrons are lost, so the valency is 2. So which has the 2 electrons, so which is also comes under the category of metal, right? And then how do you draw the geometrical representation of an atom? Is like this. So first you draw the nucleus. It consists of, you could see, 5 neutrons and 4 protons. So you write 4p and 5 neutron, and then draw K shell. K shell has 2 electrons, you draw 2 electrons, and then L shell, right? L shell has 2 electrons, 1 electron here, another electron is here. So likewise you can draw, this is a geometrical representation of beryllium, right? That is, draw the next one, that is fifth one. So with this, which is called fifth one, boron, right? Boron, the symbol and representation. The symbol is 5b 5b 11. So the atomic number is 5. That indicates 5 protons and 5 electrons, right? The mass number A is 11. How do you calculate number of neutrons? 11 minus 6. So the number of neutron is um, exactly sorry, 11 minus 5, so the number is 5. Number of neutron is 6, right? Now how do you calculate the mass number? 5 protons plus 6 neutrons, the count is 11. How do you, we have a 5 electrons, so 2 in the K shell, 3 in the L shell, other shells are empty. The number of valence electron is 3. You could see a large shell has 3 electrons, so the valency is also 3 because during chemical reaction it lost 3 electrons, so the valency is 3. So the boron is comes under the category called metalloid. You just remember this, and then we will go for the geometric representation. First you have to draw the nucleus consists of 5 protons and 6 neutrons, so you write 5 protons and 6 neutrons. And then in a K shell you draw like this, so 2 electron it consists of, you could see here 2 electrons, and then 3 in the L shell, so you draw one more circle that indicates L shell, right? So 1 2 3 electrons. So this is the geometrical representation of boron. Now come to the next element, which is very important one, that is sixth one, carbon. Sixth one, carbon. So 6C12. 6C12. The atomic number is 6. The Z is 6. A is 12, right? It consists of 6 protons and 6 electrons. Now number of neutrons, if you calculate 12 minus 6, so the number of neutron is 6. So the mass number, how do you calculate? 6 plus 6, 12, right? 12. So that's what we have got. And the electronic configuration, there are 6 electrons, 2 comma 4, right? And then the last shell consists of 4 electrons. The valency also 4, because gaining losing equal, so 4 is next one. So if you have a more than 3 electrons, so it is nothing but non-metal. So let us draw the geometrical representation of carbon now. So first we will draw the nucleus. Nucleus consists of 6 protons and 6 neutrons. So you write 6p and 6 neutron. In the first shell you write 2 electrons, and the next shell you write 4 electrons. 1 2 3 4. This is the representation of carbon. Next we will go for the nitrogen. 7 19 7 9 14. This is a symbol. So now Z is 7, A is 14, so that you have 7 protons and 7 electrons, and the number of neutron, if you see 14 minus 7, that is number of neutron is 7, and then mass number is 7 plus 7, that's the reason we have got 14. Electronic configuration, we have a 7 electrons, 2 comma 5, other 2 shells are empty. The last shell has a 5 electrons. Gaining 3 electron is easy process instead of losing 3, so the valency is 3, which is also a non-metal, because more than 3 is a non-metal. When any element has more than 3 valence electrons, that is belongs to non-metals. If it has a maximum capacity of 8, that is noble gas. So let us draw the geometrical representation of nitrogen. First you draw the nucleus. It consists of 7 proton and 7 neutrons. 7 proton, 7 neutron, and then in K shell we have 2 electrons, and then we have in the L shell we have 5 electrons. You draw the L shell, and then 1 2 3 4 5. Got it. So this is how we can easily draw. The next one is 8th one. So we will see the 8th one. 8th one is oxygen. So the representation is 8 16. So the atomic number Z is equal to 8. You can see the bottom number, and A is equal to 16. right? So it indicates 8 protons and 8 electrons in an atom, and the number of neutrons, if we calculate 16 minus 8, so the number of neutrons is 8, right? So when you calculate the mass number, proton is 8, neutron is also 8, so 16 value. So we have 8 electron in the last shell, so 2 comma 6, 2 comma 6, other two shells are empty. The number of valence electron is 6, you could see 6. And then it not to become the shell 8, it needs 2 electrons, so the valency is 2, which is also the we have a more than 4 electron in the valence shell, so it is a non-metal. Now representation, so we will draw first 8 protons, 8 neutrons, and then 2 electron in the K shell, and then 6 electron in the L shell. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, sorry, only 6 we have, right? So let me draw like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, this is a representation of oxygen. Now let us draw the next one, that is ninth one, that is fluorine, right? So 9F19, 9F19, the atomic number of protons and electrons, the atomic number Z is equal to 9, A is equal to 19. You could see here it has 9 protons and 9 electrons. The number of neutron is equal to, the number of neutrons is nothing but how do you calculate 19 minus 9? So the number of neutron is 10. Number of neutron is 10. So the A is equal to 9 protons and 10 electrons. So the answer is 19. It consists of 9 electrons. So the 2 in the K shell and 7 in the L shell. Other 2 shells are empty. The number of valence electron is 7. You could see here last shell has 7 electrons. So if it gains 1 electron, the last shell become 8. So 8 is more stable. So only 1 electron requires, so the valency is 1. It is a more than 3, so it is non-metal. The electronic geometrical diagram is, first you draw the nucleus, so 9 protons and 10 neutrons. You write 9 protons, 10 neutrons. In the K shell we have 2 electrons, and then in the L shell we have 7 electrons: 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. This is how we have to draw the fluorine geometrical representation. Next we will go for the 10th one, that is neon. 10 neon 20, the Z is 10, A is 20, right? That means 10 protons and 10 electrons. The number of neutrons, if we calculate 20 minus 10, the number of neutron is 10, right? Atomic mass number is 10 protons plus 10 neutrons. The answer is 20. Now we have a 10 electrons, 2 comma 8. The other 2 shells are empty. Now it has 8 in the last shell. So the valency is 0. 8 minus 8, the valency is 0, which is a noble gas. So let us draw the electronic geometrical representation. So first you draw the nucleus. It has 10 protons and 10 neutrons. And then in the K shell you draw 2 electrons. You could see here, L shell we have 8 electrons. So you draw like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So this is how we have to draw the structure. The next one, 11th one. The 11th one is sodium. If you represent 23, it is Z is 11, A is 23. It has 11 proton and 11 electrons. Number of neutron, if we calculate 23 minus 11, the number of neutron is 12. So Mass number is A is equal to 11 plus 12, answer is 23. Then how do you calculate the electronic configuration? 2, 8. So 10, balance 1 is goes to M shell, and then next is empty. Number of valence electron is 1, you could see here. The valency also 1, so which is a metal. So now how do you draw the configuration, geometrical representation? It consists of 11 proton and 12 neutrons. So 11 protons and 12 neutrons. First shell consists of only 2 electrons. The second shell consists of 8 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last shell consists of 1 electron, right? Yes. The next one, that is 12, magnesium, right? 12, magnesium 24. So the atomic number is 12, right? The mass number A is 24. So that means it consists of 12 protons and 12 electrons. The number of neutrons, if you calculate, that is 24 minus 12. So the number of neutron is 12, right? So the mass number is 12 plus 12, 24. Now we have 12 electrons. So 2, 8, 2. The last shell is empty. So we have a 2 electron in the last shell. The valency also 2, because it can lose this last shell 2 electron, which is also a metal. How do you draw the electronic configuration? We will geometrical diagram we will see. The first we will draw 12 protons and 12 neutrons, and then in the K shell you draw 2 electrons, and then L shell we have 8 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. The next shell consists of 2 electrons, 1 and 2, right? Okay, I have worked out for about 12 atomic numbers, my dear children. So what your homework is, you do the rest of the all the elements, that is atomic number from 13 to 20. You complete it and find out. If you have any doubts, you can command it in the YouTube session, so that I will guide you how to make it correct. And then if you like this video, you can subscribe and then click the bell button to get the notification instantly. Like this video, share it to your friends. Thank you.